everyone. We're here for another installment of Let's Talk Veterans Affairs with Dennis Anderson. The work we do is to try to inform people about veterans matters, things that matter to the veteran and also the families, the ones who love and support them. If you like what we're doing, please hit the subscribe button. That helps us to keep doing it. But that said, I'm here today. My guest is Jerry Rice. I'm a licensed clinical social worker at a medical clinic called High Desert Medical Group. I have no affiliation with the VA, but our group and everyone we know do support veterans. I'm here with Army veteran Jerry Rice, who is also a licensed marriage and family therapist, and who is also a combat infantryman who served with the storied 101st Airborne Division, the same regiment as was the Band of Brothers during World War II. But you weren't in World War II. You were in Vietnam.
Yes, yes. And I didn't know anything about the 3rd of the 506 until I saw the miniseries on television.
And you said, wow, is that us?
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, yeah. So, I was assigned to a recon unit, and I walked point for the 101st Airborne, and in 2 Corps, the bottom of 2
Roger.
Corps, worked out of Bambi to it, and even made a trip into Cambodia.
Oh my!
Sans ID and everything else. So
They took your ID.
yes, dog tags, ID cards, anything personal. Our wallets were put into a small drawstring bag, and we got our stuff back when we got back from the operations.
Sounds like what Vladimir Putin would call a special military operation.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
So you were walking, and I think you said you had a seasoned and mature dog. Actually, it was a used dog.
Right, right.
And what did you foresee for the months that were going to be ahead for you? What was it like? What was the jungle? What was the work?
Well, it was very thick at times and very dense. And you're walking at the point position as you're kind of the tip of the spear.
Okay.
And I was tasked with the dog's job, the SDT, the Scout Dog Team's task was to provide early silent warning of the enemy's presence, IEDs, snipers, ambushes, etc.
Did you experience enemy contacts, Jerry?
Yes, yes, several of those. Oftentimes they would snipe at us and then leave with, I think, fearing that the dog was going to blow their position. Okay. By giving an alert, and they would leave rather than make contact when a dog was present.
What was your experience of fear in a combat zone?
Oh, it's just you're always on alert. You are very vigilant. Survival is the name of the game. You're working in the enemy's backyard. We'd walk around looking for the enemy, me with my hunting dog, if you will, and then they'd find us and shoot at us, snipe at us.
And you weren't there entirely willingly. You were drafted.
Yes.
You were married.
Yes.
You had a job.
Yes. Yes, I did.
How'd that all work out?
Well, I married my high school sweetheart. I met her at 16, but she was my best friend's girlfriend at the time, but I did what I could to wreck that, and that took place. We got married when we were 18, and we're still married today. But I worked for the gas company in the pipe trades, and I came home from work one day in October, and I had a letter from the government. My wife was standing there. We'd been married about a year and a half. I got drafted. She was holding the letter, greetings from the president, and I was in the Army.
What year was that?
1968.
Oh my gosh.
October of 68.
That was still peak time.
Right.
68 was the year of Tet. You were going to be going in to be in country a year later, basically.
Yeah, I got into country in August 7 of 69 and was there August 6th, 1970 is when I left country.
How long were you in the Army?
I was in for 22 months, and 12 months of that was in Vietnam.
That was a life-changing, a life-altering experience.
Yep, absolutely, life-changing. I was not the same person I was when I came home, and with good reason. You know, I had I had seen death on both sides of the enemy and our personnel, and it was quite a traumatic experience. My dog died in country. My dog was on his third tour. He was hit by a mortar round on, well, he's working for me, 82 mortar, hit him on one side. He had a leech in his nose at another time, developed what they called red tongue. You had trouble eating at times or drinking water. I took antihistamine for that.
You were so bonded with that animal in a way, is it fair to say you're still bonded with that?
Oh yeah. I mean, I didn't do anything without him. He did nothing without me. So there was that. I mean, it's a synchronous kind of thing where we were an SDT. We're a scout dog team. And so his alerts, I had to be familiar with how he alerted and to make a judgment based on those alerts. And the dog made the call. The dog outranked everybody. There was a contract that we carried with us that we would hand to the platoon leaders, and if you don't like the way this works, move the scout dog to the back of the column and have them extracted from the field at your earliest possible convenience.
It sounds like the officer that you worked with in the field came to want the dog,
Oh yes.
but when you got to the rear, there was another kind of lieutenant, and he's the kind of LT we would say was in the rear with the gear.
Right. Well, that was at the main unit, and I only saw that lieutenant when I entered country and was shipped to Fanthiette, LZ Betty, and then I saw him when I processed out of country, and there was no love lost between us, that's for sure.
Well, when you got there, he was basically almost dismissive.
Oh yeah, he said, well, you guys are finally off vacation. That's how he put our attachment to a recon unit with 101st Airborne, called it vacation, and that irritated me a little bit, and so now my service is being called into question by the person as my commanding officer, my honorable service. And
Yeah, they had him.
yeah,
They were there.
yeah, it was not good.
Okay, well, next time we're going to talk a little bit about a little thing called PTSD, Jerry.
Sure.
And we'll be back at it pretty soon.
Good.